Hey everyone, so today we are going to talk about the basis and dimension for skew symmetric matrices. So in my last lecture I talked about the basis and dimension of symmetric matrices. So you can say this lecture will be kind of carbon copy of the previous session. But so my strong suggestion is you please first see that lecture. Link all the connected links for this lecture you will find in the description. So please go through them first. So this will be more enjoyable. Okay, so again in this case also we are going to follow two ways. First we will see a precise way where we will find the basis explicitly for skew symmetric matrix of order n, and at the end I will tell you a nice trick which will help you to directly tell the dimension. Okay, so these are the two approaches we are going to follow. So first let's go for skew symmetric matrices of order 2. Let's go step by step. Okay, so SK Sm means what? Skew symmetric matrices, set of all square matrices such that your A is equal to minus of A transpose. So when you remove minus, it is a symmetric matrix. When you put minus, it's a skew symmetric matrix. Okay, so let me call this as A, because some people also call such matrices as anti-symmetric matrices. Okay, so now let me first play with order 2. Means what? My A belongs to M2. Okay, so let me take here X over here. Okay, cool. So this is what we have. So A2 means set of all 2 cross 2 skew symmetric matrices. Okay, now how does a 2 cross 2 skew symmetric matrix look like? We know that we have already proved earlier that diagonal entries of a skew symmetric matrix are always 0. Okay, and if suppose if this entry is A12, what will be this entry? When I take the reflection, it should be minus over here. So it is minus A12, right? And then you can observe this, you can write this as A12 times 0, 1, minus 1, 0. And again, if you recall elementary matrices, what are elementary matrices? This we used in our previous lecture for symmetric matrices. So what is an elementary matrix? In ith row and jth column, you have one entry, and rest everywhere is 0. So in ijth column, entry is 1, ijth entry is 1, rest everywhere the entries are 0. So in terms of elementary matrices, this is nothing but A12. What we are doing? E12 minus E21. E12 means entry in the 1 in first row second column. E2 means 1 in the second row first column, and there is a minus, hence the minus sign. So any skew symmetric matrix is a multiple of this matrix. Okay, so your A2 subset of span of which vector? Span of this one matrix, E12 minus E21. Okay, or if I want to say, let my B2 be this entry, this matrix E12 minus E21. If I call this as B, then your A2 is a subset of span of this set. Okay, and otherwise also true, because as you can see, this is a skew symmetric matrix. So your B is a subset of A2. When you take span on both sides, so span of B2 is a subspace of span of A2. But since this is already a subspace, so span of a subspace is again a subspace. So what we have is A2 is span of B2. Is B2 a linearly independent set? Yes, it has only one vector which is non-zero. So therefore B2 is a linearly independent set, and therefore B2 forms a basis for A2. And since B2 has only one element, therefore dimension of A2 is 1. What was the dimension for S2? Symmetric matrices of order 2, if you recall, it was 3. Okay, so here there is a drop of 2 elements, and why that is so? Because you can see that these 2 elements are 0 on the diagonal. So that's what you can realize. Oh, so there is no condition, these are always fixed, which is 0. Whereas in symmetric you have choices, this can be anything. That's why there is a drop in dimension by 2. Okay, now let's try to rewrite this for A3. So what is our A3? All those square matrices of order 3 such that X is minus X transpose. So skew symmetric matrices of order 3. Okay, I want to find the basis and dimension for this. So how it will look like? Obviously the diagonal entries are 0, and let this A12, A13, A23. So when you reflect along the diagonal, that is the transpose, so it should be same but minus sign. So this is minus a12 minus a13 minus a23. Now this is again what is a, this is a12 into, you can see 0 1 0 minus 1 0 0 0 0 0 plus a13 into 0 0 1, here everything 0 and here minus 1 0 0 plus a23, here 1 and minus 1, rest everywhere 0. But again, as I told you last time also, if you don't use elementary matrices, you need to write such big things. So we replace this by elementary matrix. What is this? E12 minus E21. Okay, so if you recall, in symmetric matrices there was addition sign. Here in skew symmetric you have a subtraction sign. So A12 into E12 minus E21 plus A13 into E13 minus E31 plus A23 into E23 minus E32. So if I call my B3 as this collection of vector E12 minus E21, E13 minus E31, E23 minus E32. Okay, so this is my B3 now. Then you can see that your any skew symmetric matrix is a linear combination of these three matrices. So therefore your A3 is a subspace of span of B3, and clearly each of them is a skew symmetric matrix. If you are not sure, write them down, write down this matrix and this matrix, and if you observe, this will be equal to minus of its transpose. So all of them are skew symmetric. So B3 is a subset of A3, so span of B3 is a subset of span of A3. So therefore we have the equality, because here we have A3 is a subspace of span B3, and since B3 is a subset of A3, so span of B3 is a subspace of A3. So both the sides we have equality. So again here also one can prove that this is a linearly independent set. The same way, C1 times this plus C2 times this plus C3 times this equal to 0 with our usual scalar multiplication operations. So do that thing and you will get the vector scalars to be 0. If you don't get, you can comment in the comment section. I will help you out. Okay. So this forms the basis for A3. Therefore, dimension of A3 is 3. Okay. Now, how can I write this concisely in a more precise way? So here I can observe this is union of which vectors? Eij minus Eji. 1 2 2 1 1 3 3 1 Ij Ji. Okay. And your I and J are what? Your I and J are going from 1 to 3, but your I is less than J. Same as that in skew symmetric. Sorry, same as that in the symmetric part. There also we had the same thing. Except there you had union of diagonal as well. Union of AII, EII. But here the diagonals are 0. So therefore in skew symmetric that part will not come. Okay. So, and how many entries are here? So when your I is 1, what can be J? 2 or 3, because I is less than J, right? So we have 2 vectors plus when your I is 2, what can be J? It can be only 3. So only 1. So you can see 2 plus 1, 3 entries are here. Here you can see 3 entries are here. So this is the correct representation. Okay, so this is a good shortcut way to represent the basis. Instead of writing this 3 3, this is a good one. Union of Eij minus Eji. I and J are going from 1 to 3. I is strictly less than J. And what about this? Here also you can write the same thing. What is this? This is nothing but your summation Aij Eij minus Eji. Okay, where I and J are going from 1 to 3 and your I is less than J. So as you can see, this is a very good representation. Okay, people usually write in big brackets, so presentation gets spoiled. So therefore, with the help of elementary matrices, you can write down the things very systematic way. So this is how your A4 will look like, right? So here you have A4, and again the same thing. So now let me write down directly in the concise form. So this is summation Aij Eij minus Eji. Okay, so A13, so your I and J are going from 1 to 4, but as you can see, your I is less than J. Right, same thing, 1 2 1 3 1 4. So for that I have 3 entries, 2 3 2 4. For that I have 2 entries, and 3 4. So here the dimension is 6. Okay, so now in general, if you have a symmetric skew symmetric matrix of order n, so if you take an element x over here of order n, so all this is 0, my I and j will go from 1 to n, where I is strictly less than j. Okay, and therefore what will be the basis? The same funda, your Bn is union of Eij minus Eji, this matrix where I and j are going from 1 to n and I is less than j. And if you compare this with the symmetric matrix, there you had the addition sign, and here you had union of diagonal as well, Eii. But here you don't have diagonals because diagonals are 0, so there is no freedom for diagonal entries in skew symmetric matrices, but there was a freedom for diagonal entries in symmetric matrices. So these are the two changes you will observe when you compare with the symmetric: addition sign and the diagonal. This is missing over here. Okay, and how many entries are here? Now let's try to calculate the dimension. Okay, so if I want to calculate the dimension, again the same technique. When my I is 1, what can be j? J can be 2, 3, 4 up to n. So j can't be 1, it can be everything. So you have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, everything. So you have n minus 1 choices because j has n minus 1 choices. Plus when my I is 2, what can be j? 3, 4, 5, 6 up to n. So j can't be 1 and 2 because I is less than j. So therefore you have n minus 2 choices. When my I is 3, you have n minus 3. When my I is n minus 2, what can be j? N minus 1 and n, only 2 choices because of this thing. And when your I is n minus 1, your j can only be n. So here you are summing first n minus 1 natural number. What was the difference with symmetric? There you were summing up first n natural numbers. Okay, so what is the formula for first n natural number? N into n plus 1 by 2. Now we are summing up first n minus 1 natural number. So here you replace your n by n minus 1. So you have n minus 1 plus 1, which is n divided by 2. So therefore dimension of skew symmetric matrix is nothing but n into n minus 1 by 2. And that's what we got here. For symmetric there is a plus sign, for skew symmetric there is a minus sign. And you can verify what was our A2. When your n is 2, you put n equal to 2. 2 gets cancelled, 2 minus 1 is 1. Dimension was 1, and that's what we found. A12 into that matrix element, E12 minus E21. When my A3, when my n is 3, you put 3 into 3 minus 1. So that will get cancelled, only 3. And that's what we got as well. For A4, you put 4, so 2 1s are 2 2s are, and we got 6. Okay, so this is the formula for dimension of skew symmetric matrices. So if someone asks you what is the dimension of skew symmetric matrix of order 100, what will be the answer? 100 into 99 by 2. 2 1s are 2 50s are, so 5 9s are 45, 5 9s are 45, 4950. Okay, so dimension is 4950. And I took the same thing for symmetric, S100. If you remember, it was 5050. Okay, so in competitive exams they ask you these big numbers, so no need to get scared. Simply use this formula and you get the answer. Okay, now let me tell you the trick that without finding the basis, how can you tell the dimension? So once a matrix is given to you, you simply try to see how many independent entries you will need to fill that matrix. Okay, so for suppose 2 cross 2 skew symmetric, this is 0. I know diagonals are always 0, so this is fixed. Here there is no choice. So here I have choice A12, but as soon as here I have choice, I don't have a choice here. This has to be minus A12. So here I have only one independent choice. Therefore dimension is 1. Let's go here. Diagonal has no choice, they're strictly 0. Once I know A12, I have no choice. This has to be minus A12. So this is depending on this. Once I have A13, this is minus A13. Here also I don't have choice. It is minus of this. So here also A23, this is minus A23. So I have only 3 independent choices. So therefore dimension is 3. 2 on the upper diagonal and 1 on the upper. So 3. Here also no choice for diagonal. As soon as I have 3 entries, I have the 3 entries over here, which is minus of it. As soon as I have 2 entries, I have 2 entries over here. As soon as I have this, I have minus A14. So ultimately, I should know 3 plus 2 plus 1. 6. So for 4 across 4 skew symmetric matrix, I need only 6 entries. Once I know 6 entries, I know the complete A4 skew symmetric matrix. And in general, if you have an n cross n skew symmetric matrix, again the same thing. So these are 0, and as you have seen, I only need the upper triangular part, strictly upper triangular part, no diagonals. So on upper triangular part, how many entries will be there? N minus 1. On upper it will be n minus 2, and if you keep on going, 2 and 1. And it's the same thing which we got earlier when we found the basis. And what is the sum of first n minus 1 natural number? It is n into n minus 1 by 2. So here, by looking at the number of independent entries, you can directly find the formula for the dimension of a skew symmetric matrix. But the earlier one is much more good because there you are finding the basis as well. And what is the dimension? Number of elements in the basis set. Okay, so when you want to do fast computation, this is a good technique. But when you want to know what are the basis elements, then yes, the previous method is a much more good, concise and the precise way to solve. Okay, so I hope you understood this. If you have any doubt in this session, you can ask me in the comment section. And if you understood and liked this lecture, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.